Congresswoman Erin Houchin from House Financial Services and former U.S. Treasury official Michael Faulkender. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Congresswoman, first to you, your reaction to that report, is this a sea change right now, what's happening in this campaign?
Well, thank you. I don't think it's surprising at all to see this shift because we've seen the country under Bidenomics, and it is the American people are being crushed under Bidenflation, and 63% of Americans do not approve of the economic conditions that they're in, including the people in Silicon Valley. So I think they saw that the country was doing much better under President Donald Trump, and they're looking to go back to that.
What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I agree entirely. If you think about, particularly out in Silicon Valley, the concerns out there are being able to raise additional capital and to fund a lot of the technological innovation that they're exploring. And yet this administration's approach to everything from artificial intelligence to cryptocurrency to just general capital raising has become such that companies actually want to innovate in Europe rather than in the United States. And so we need to once again return to a competitive tax environment, competitive regulatory environment, where we can harness all of that innovation that's occurring right here at home.
Okay, let's move on to this. It's Bidenomics versus Trumponomics. Inflation was about 7.6% compounded under Trump. Under Biden, it's nearly 22% compounded. That's Trump's 1.9% inflation a year versus Biden's roughly 5.5%. You know, Congresswoman, just out today, Biden has brand new messaging on inflation. They're blaming Trump that he's going to create a, quote, inflation spiral, an inflation bomb. You know, first they said it was transitory, then they blamed the pandemic, Russia, Ukraine, then businesses, shrinkflation, junk fees, and now they're blaming Trump. What do you think, Congresswoman?
I think this is more gaslighting by this administration that continues to gaslight the American people, and they are doing the very things that they're accusing Donald Trump and Republicans of doing. It's like, don't look at us and what we're doing, it's really them. That's, I think, what we're seeing from this, but the American people aren't going to buy that. I mean, Joe Biden raised taxes by $468 billion. He's stopped exporting liquefied natural gas. He's taken America Last policies and you know, it is absolutely correct that countries want to innovate in AI and other places, and our regulatory structure in the United States under Joe Biden has stifled that innovation, and we have to get that back. I think they see opportunities in President Trump and his policies, and I think they'll show that in November.
You know, they're claiming, Michael, to what the Congresswoman said, Trump tax cuts are going to blow out the deficit to over $1 trillion. They want to raise trillions in taxes over 10 years. So Trump tax cuts brought in tax revenue. Let's listen to what Trump is saying. Trump says it's government overspending, Biden overregulating, undercutting things like U.S. energy, as U.S. energy is pumping out record amounts of supply despite all of that. Watch Trump here.
We're screwed up as a country, and we're going to unscrew it very quickly. So this is the first time I've said this, and for those hotel workers and people that get tips, you're going to be very happy, because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips. We're not going to do it. And we're going to do that right away, first thing in office. We're going to bring down your energy costs, and that includes New England. New England has, like, energy costs like they're in the middle of an area that never saw energy. We have more liquid gold than any other country in the world. Russia, Saudi Arabia, remember this? We were energy independent 4 years ago. We were soon going to be energy dominant.
That last part about energy, what do you think, Michael? Final word.
Yeah, so remember that while we're producing more oil and gas today than we were prior to the pandemic, we're not back to refining capacity that we were there, and our energy needs are growing. If you're going to harness artificial intelligence, you need more energy, not less. And so American energy dominance is not only key for economic security, but also for national security.
Important point, both of you. Congresswoman Houchin and Michael Faulkender, that was a terrific debate. Thanks for joining us.